Hello students, so today we'll go for the next concept, that is biological nitrogen fixation. Okay, so what is this biological nitrogen fixation? So if you see this, so nitrogen, it is best used in the NPK fertilizers, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. So nitrogen is one of the components which is used in the fertilizers, and you can see in the world 10 to the power of 3 tons of ammonia is daily produced in the world by Haber-Bosch process. Okay, so this production of Haber-Bosch process is outside, that we call as a in vitro. Okay, so outside the cell, so we call it as a in vitro or artificial conditions. Okay, artificial conditions preparation which require the drastic conditions like 450 to 600 degree centigrade temperature, 200 600 atmospheric pressure in presence of catalyst. Okay, so this is what happens here, to N2 plus 3H2 giving 2NH3. Okay, so this is how the in vitro type of synthesis of ammonia reduction for nitrogen, reducing the nitrogen, is been synthesized here. But in contrast, if you see the biological nitrogen fixation, so there is an enzyme called nitrogenase, okay, which will help, which is a iron molybdenum. So nitrogenase is an enzyme which contains iron molybdenum, and it what is the speciality of this is that ambient temperature and pressure, that is very at room temperature, ambient whatever the surrounding temperature and pressure is there, so it is going to reduce a nitrogen fixation can be done to the level of 1.2 into 10 to the power of 8 tons per day. So like in here, in vitro 10 to the power of 3. So here the nitrogenase, that is called in vivo, in plants or living cells, we call it as a in vivo, INVIVO, in vivo. So 10 to the power of 8 tons of nitrogen is fixed, okay, per day. So this is what the speciality of the in vitro as well as in vivo. And what about nitrogen? So if you see the nitrogen, the fixing of nitrogen and reducing is very difficult. Why? Because if you see the distance here, bond distance is 110 picometer, and bond energy, if you see, it's very high, 950 kilojoules per mole, and first ionization energy of nitrogen is 1503 kilojoules per mole, 1500, very high. So that's why that is a very inert element, we can say here. And electron affinity, that is addition of electron for reduction, is also unfavorable here. Okay, so that is what. And only strong reducing agents like lithium nitride, okay, magnesium nitride, can reduce ammonia, very strong. And that's why nitrogen is not able even for the redox type of reaction. So transfer of electron to nitrogen is very impossible unless you are going for very strong reducing agents. Okay, so this chemical inertness, that's why we say nitrogen is chemical inertness. So very difficult for the nitrogen to reduce, and these all factors makes the nitrogen non-polarizable. Okay, non-polarizable and resistance towards electron transfer. So that is what. And if you see the thermodynamical parameter, okay, of nitrogen production here in gaseous, N2 plus 3H2 into NH3. So delta G naught is minus 16.7 kilojoules per mole, and delta H naught is minus 46.1 kilojoules per mole. Very efficient here. So delta G naught also is negative spontaneous reaction, and delta H naught also is favorable here. Okay, so this is what about the thermodynamical parameter for the synthesis here for the nitrogen. But if you see in the biological, so very low reductant potential in biological, that is FES iron ferridoxin. Iron protein is sufficient, that is ferridoxin or flavodoxin is sufficient to reduce nitrogen. So here how we are using the strong in vitro, so in vivo, in plants and animals. So only small iron which are low potential, reduction potential, like iron sulfur, is enough for reduction of nitrogen to ammonium, and this can be utilized by the plants in the soil. And how they do it? They do it in the presence of enzyme, that is nitrogenase. So this nitrogenase is an enzyme where it occurs. It occurs in the prokaryotic cells, that is usually in bacteria and blue-green algae. Okay, some of the examples of these enzymes. Okay, they occur in some aerobic bacteria as well as anaerobic bacteria. That is Acetobacter, that is aerobic bacteria, Clostridium, Pastorianum. Okay, anaerobic bacteria. Then Klebsiella pneumonia, aerobic bacteria. So which comes under aerobic. Aerobic means in the presence of oxygen. Anaerobic means in the absence of oxygen. Such bacteria exist, so they are called like this. So they can fix nitrogen. Okay, these are the bacteria which fix. They can fix the nitrogen or break down the nitrogen into different forms of the nitrogen. Similarly, in symbiotic bacteria, there is Rhizobium leguminoso. okay, Leguminosarum symbiotic bacteria. So this rhizomium, we get it into the plants root nodules. Okay, if you see the plants here, so root nodules will be there. So like this, these are the roots, and here nodules like this. This is a plant. So here in root nodules we can see this rhizobium leguminosarum, which has the nitrogenase enzyme. This has the nitrogenase enzyme, and it is helpful in the breaking of the nitrogen. Now you see here the possible fixation pathway, how this pathway. So this is the enzyme I have shown you. So simple iron, this is, I said you that is nothing but iron molybdenum enzyme. So small, so nitrogen can be fixed between these two iron in the form of this or like this. The first step is like this. It can be fixed either vertically or this way horizontally. And the first step is what here, nitrogenase enzyme. So which reduce with the help of ATP and electron converted to ADP here given. So what will happen? It will create active site here like this, enzyme FeFeH, and here again now nitrogen will be fixed here in this here. So nitrogen will fix here nitrogen, and FeH is the reduced form. Now next step is what's here? One more proton is here. It takes one proton here, and reduction takes place, and you get this one H. Already it will shift here nitrogen, and one more proton will shift here to get HS like this. Next step is what? Again 2H proton, 2 electron. Again reduction, again you get like this 2H. Third, again 2H plus proton, 2 electron. Finally you get FeNH3, and final step, there is release of 2 moles of NH3 here. Okay, this is how it has been reduced. Nitrogen has been reduced to NH3 here, and we get the resting enzyme like this. So which we started from here like this FM. So like resting enzyme. So this is how the way we can show the mechanism how the enzyme nitrogenase help for binding the nitrogen as well as, and how does this bind. So we can see that mechanism or the structure through the nitrogenase diagram. So if you see the nitrogenase, so there are 3 types of nitrogenase, that is vanadium nitrogenase, iron nitrogenase, and molybdenum nitrogenase. Okay, this molybdenum nitrogenase is found in the plants. Okay, what we are learning now, but this vanadium and iron, they are found in but they are very rare. Okay, and if you see that nitrogenase, it is made up of 2 part here. That is, one part is the P cluster. Remember this is P cluster, and the second part is the active site. Okay, that is what cofactor, that is metal iron cofactor, metal iron cofactor. So this is 2 part where the nitrogenase is made. One is small part, that is P cluster, and one is big part where the reduction of nitrogen takes place, that is called metal iron cofactor. Metal M Fe cofactor. M means what? Metal. If M is equal to vanadium, it is become vanadium nitrogenase. If M is equal to iron, it becomes iron nitrogenase. If M is equal to molybdenum, it becomes molybdenum nitrogenase, which is obtained in plants. So this is what we can learn it, and this is how how they are found. So we can see that this nitrogenase. So I will rub here. Okay, so this P cluster, so it is made up of FES. Okay, like this cube. Okay, so you can draw a cube here like this, 2 cubes. So this is how the FES structure like this. Okay, and as we have done it here, so on 2 corners FeF4 already we have learned it here, corners FeFe. So you can do it here like this, then here F, then S, S, Fe, Fe. Similarly here also Fe, corner you can take here Fe, S, S. Okay, then here also S, S, Fe, Fe. See here like this. Okay, and you can see here the SS bond, that is a sulfide bond here like this. Okay, sulfide bond will be there, and this iron is being bond with the sulfur of cysteine here, and this also is bond with the sulfur of cysteine like this. Okay, and this all sulfur of cysteine. Okay, here also sulfur of cysteine. Okay, like this. So here sulfur of cysteine. So this is how we can show the structure of P protein, that is P cluster. This is a structure of a P cluster. Okay, so this is how FeS4 P cluster is there. So in now second part, this is one part where the nitrogenase is made up of, and the second part is M cofactor. M cofactor, this I will rub here itself, M cofactor now. So next one is M cofactor, where this iron 2 is bond with here molybdenum. So here it is molybdenum. That's all. Molybdenum will be there. Okay, and here you can remove here sulfide here, and here what will happen, this molybdenum will bind nitrogen like this, will bind nitrogen, and this is been attached with the 2 sulfide bond. This is been attached with the 2 sulfide bond with the molybdenum. So this is a active site. This is a active site, like what in the mechanism you have learned here, active site here. Second step here, same thing, this is a active site like this. So molybdenum and this iron will be bond with the sulfur of cysteine. All other thing is same here. So this is called as your M cofactor. This is called a metal cofactor. Here M stands for molybdenum. So it is our molybdenum. So this is how the it works. And finally, if you see the reaction, how the reduction takes place here in plants, that is nitrogen plus 8H plus 16 Mg ATP plus 8 electron, giving you 2 NH3. This is reduction plus H2. Okay, plus 16 Mg ADP. 16 Mg magnesium ATP will convert to 16 magnesium ADP plus 16 phosphorus. Okay, inorganic phosphorus, 16 inorganic phosphorus. So it's like this. So this is a final equation, how in vivo the reduction of nitrogen takes place in the presence of nitrogenase enzyme. Hope you understood this concept of nitrogen fixation concept here. So here we are ending with the second unit. So last concept is remained, I think. So in the next video, so I think your second unit will be completed. Okay, have a nice time. Thank you.